This is the moment designers cherish. This is the moment we bring the clients into their homes to share how all the elements have come together to create their dream home. I'm Michelle Boudreau. I'm so excited to welcome you into this home to share the design journey. This is the reveal. Welcome to the courtyard, where it really represents this iconic mid-century butterfly roofline. It was really important to me to celebrate the iconic mid-century architecture while really retaining the personality and character with modernity and flair. You're welcome to come inside and check out the interior. The philosophy of the renovation was to really capture the great, beautiful bones of the structure. And the renovation really wanted to take the elements that were currently here and really freshen and liven up the space with this beautiful, big, open space that has gorgeous views to the mountains and beautiful desert landscaping. The inspiration of the project was the colorful personalities of the clients. They love travel, and they love the colors and traveling in the oceans and seas. So I took that moment of the blues and really used that as the flow of watercolors throughout the home and embraced that as continuity throughout. So this interesting artwork was really the beginning of the process. The clients loved this artist and loved the color palette and the movement and the detail throughout. So I based most of the design and the texture on the linear details as well as the colors and spread those throughout the property. This area is open to beautiful light coming and streaming in. It's an open plan area that I've divided into different spaces to have really comfortable seating and interesting areas throughout. The first area are these lovely vintage womb hanging chairs that I refurbished to have a nod to the 70s and create a really comfy, cozy nook for reading and enjoying the views of the desert landscape.
The desert landscape takes center stage as a focal point in this home, creating a neutral color palette that allows the woods, metals, blues, and blushes to shine and make a gentle, artful statement. You'll see brass used throughout the home as an accent detail. It's a way to respect the architectural integrity of the home while still giving it warmth and a modern touch.
So the heart of the open plan area is the center seating, where it creates a warm gathering place with organic shapes, soft textures of each of the furnishings, and a great area to sit around the fireplace and have cocktails and cozy up. I transferred the circle element into a custom-made artwork piece that holds the color palette of the blues and different tones and dimensional objects and shapes to center the room. The lighting above is a nod to the iconic dropped 70s globe lamps and different heights and elements for soft lighting and texture. As another semblance to the circles, we have these tiered coffee tables that are round for really soft navigation around the furniture and little pods for great surface areas for cocktails and beverages. They work really well in this area and sit so you have this beautiful custom rug underfoot that carries the different details and textures of the navy and carry that throughout the pattern in a really modern, eclectic way. To create texture and balance, really like to create tables and seating at different heights, so it's not flat and dull and creates a little height and texture, and also gets really different surfaces for different seating areas throughout. So another thoughtful detail of creating and continuing the circle thematic approach. I created a fireplace filled with fireballs and spears that actually have the round shape, but they also create warmth and softness and heating. So I love the bright open space, tall ceilings, and freshness about the room. But I wanted to give it warmth. So I wrapped the room with walnut slat work that has great texture and inlaid slat brass details to give it warmth and sunshine. And to continue the linear element, I trailed the brass route throughout the flooring and gave it specific navigation through the home and through to the rooms as a nice detail. It's also a hat tip to the elements and the materials that were used often in the 70s and the mid-century era. As we transitioned to the open plan, we created a dining room here that's adjacent to the kitchen. And the clients insisted on having a round table for more intimate seating. So I created this warm walnut wood table with brass inlays for character and detail. And of course, adding the circle. The chairs are brought in with this tropical print to really have a nod to the Palm Springs lifestyle, with multiple blues and corals and palm prints that really annotate with the indoor-outdoor living. I'm really passionate about the little design details and the little eccentric characters. So I created a buffet with 3 different tones of blue, and you'll see that in the other rooms throughout. I also wanted to continue the slat work through the dining room with that warmth, and then open up the kitchen. So in the kitchen, you can see through to the sunlight and the beautiful mountains and outdoor sunlight. Lighting is such an important aspect of any room and any design. It's functional and decorative. It's my way to really bring in sculpture details and artful ways of featuring things. I created this custom lighting element to be a free-floating light piece with different materials that are taken from the environment. Brass, wood, and circles, of course. I created this open pass-through bar that's lined with marble with waterfall on the left and right, so it's visible from each side. It's a really easy way to pass through to the kitchen and make a beautiful area in the dining room, inlaid with brass front and really delicate metal details as storage for the spirits, and a great nook and area to transition into the kitchen. So to bring softness into this room, I brought in these great crescent half-moon globes. They're really oversized and beautiful, creating some warm light over the floating island. I also did adjacent wall sconces, custom made to also reflect the circle, creating more light and detail. The clients really needed additional storage in the kitchen. So we added upper cabinets and we added the heart of the kitchen, which is this floating island. We finished it with waterfall edges that seam on both sides to make it feel finished and seamless throughout the kitchen. It has great storage in the back side and the beautiful detail in the front. So I fitted out the kitchen with a black detail that really grounds the white, clean space and gives it a little edge. So we have the faucets, fixtures, and fittings, as well as the appliances, and that black to give a black edge. No detail is too small. So I want to continue the linear element through into the kitchen. So I created these great breaking brass fins that bring in some sunshine, as well as a brass break between the backsplash tile that creates a little warmth and a little touch of sunshine. I wanted to continue the vertical lines and the detail as a really graphic element that was traditionally used in the 70s, and continue that to mix with the circle so you have an organic and a geometric shape together. One of the things I really try to do in kitchens is really ensure that they have beautiful functionality as well as beauty, and do hidden details such as a hidden panel-ready refrigerator, wine column, as well as the beverage refrigerator. And always frame them with panel-ready details so that it feels seamless with the rest of the cabinetry. Now, let me share the bedrooms with you. But on the way, I want to share a little secret with you. Come this way. So step inside the lounge. We created this room. It was a former bedroom, and it's now a multifunctional area that has great comfy seating to watch your favorite movies with popcorn, as well as a great area that we created a niche for vinyl and records and a music room. Great area for the family and friends to enjoy. This sofa was created to have a great sectional L shape, so you have more room and space throughout the room for seating, and great design details with the different shapes and shades of blue and a geometric shape. I love this cozy little nook that I created. This used to be a closet, so we excavated this to create a little nook with cabinetry and a surface top for the vinyl, as well as some shelving for decorative objects. To bring the outdoor in, I hand drew this wallpaper to represent the cactuses that are out in the adjacent courtyard. I drew the cactus to have the blues and the greens and the hand-drawn spikes for a little character and detail. So now I want to take you to the special primary bedroom. So the goal of this room was to create a cozy haven of soothing comfort. So we took the linear slats from the open plan living room and brought those in here from floor to ceiling and painted those in a custom white, fresh, bright detail in the bedroom. The headboard also brings a soft touch with the variegated blues that go from floor to ceilings and add a soft, comforting detail. As you can see, the blues transition as a solvent, similar to what I did in the buffet, in 3 shades of blue. As I mentioned, lighting is a really important detail for functionality as well as design. So I brought in some really interesting eclectic lighting here for the chandelier, as well as the pendant lights that are shaped as hexagons with the brass inlaid in the center, and of course, the circle-shaped globe for the soft lighting.
No bedroom retreat is complete without soft textiles, like this lovely bed appointed with a beautiful rich velvet headboard and a gentle watercolor rug underfoot that brings a cool use of the pool inside. The oval upholstered fabric bench at the foot of the bed calms the room with a curved shape and soft texture.
I'm so excited to share with you one of my favorite bathrooms. I wanted to make this bathroom special for the primary bedroom. This detail, I've taken tile and floated it from the floor all the way up on the entire wall that has dimensional details that have artisan hand touch to them. A frame with brass detail and special, unique, custom designed pendant lights to add lighting as well as floating sculpture. And then added this screen privacy divider with the walnut slats that are brought in through the remainder of the main part of the house. One of the other special features of the bathroom is this marble bench. I extended it from the shower all the way through the bathroom for great seating as well as utility. Welcome to the first guest bedroom. I wanted to have a lovely Imagine entrance. The clients are French and they found this vintage air poster on one of their travels. So it's a nice touch to introduce them to their taste of art and French culture. So for the guest bedroom, I wanted to add a really fun feature of this contrasting black and white wallpaper, which is a French artist that's done by hand and gives this nice, soft French femme touch. And then layered onto that, I designed these pendants with a black detail and the brass detail with a little petite element as texture from the wall. So I wanted to have a fun feature for the guests. So I started with this feature wall of this lovely French hand illustrated wallpaper, which is a bold contrast. And then I layered on a soft touch of this bold cobalt blue, which has soft lines and half circles and really soft to the touch and a bold transition. As I said, no detail is too small, so I wanted to keep the thematic approach going through the room. So I had hand painted this lovely nightstand with the matching detail of the blue and kept the thematic approach of the linear pattern through the footing with the rug, as well as the Moroccan blanket, which has the stripes and soft pom-poms. So to add to the French note, a lot of the blankets that are used throughout are Moroccan French. So I had these imported to match each of the rooms and give it a touch of detail. So to continue the fun from guest bedroom 1, I carried the cobalt color through and made these great tiles with the circle shape and this custom cobalt, which is also a nod to the French Moroccan tile. I also continued the circle shape through the mirrors as well as the lighting and added a bold contrast with the black vanity and the fixtures and fittings throughout the bathroom for a bold accent and edge. Welcome to guest bedroom 2. I created a different environment for guests for this bedroom. Started with the clean, crisp whites and added the light blue to continue throughout. And I created this fun custom wallpaper so the guests could enjoy Palm Springs from the comfort of their room, featuring all of the iconic shapes and architecture throughout Palm Springs. So the wallpaper also features a lot of the iconic elements to enjoy from Palm Springs. The shapes of the mountains, as well as the flowing palm trees, and the shapes of the desert landscape that's iconic to Palm Springs. Another detail that I think is always really important to each of the rooms is lighting. From a functional capability, add wall sconces, but also to add an artful element. These are custom done with little details of brass circles and cups that raise the light up and down for visibility. custom touch that is always a nice detail is adding different hardware and knobs that continue the thematic approach. Here I did the brass hardware with blue inside, so it's a nautical pothole, the same color story, and really changes the dynamic of a simple white nightstand. Continuing on to the bathroom, I also changed the hardware to a custom semicircle shape of the handle with a light blue contrast to a deep blue soft palette finish vanity counter. The tile is done with 2 custom blue colors that carry throughout and have a great mountain shape as well as a geometric pattern. Another special touch to the bathroom is the brass wall sconces. It has a linear stem with simple brass ends that have 2 lights for up and down lighting. Another great functionality for a bathroom. So it's always important to have natural light in bathrooms. So we created an open window in the shower so you can have that natural light that has a view in the sunlight and also has a great view of the outdoor courtyard, seeing beautiful green cactus and desert landscape. One of the most beautiful things about Palm Springs is the indoor-outdoor desert living. You get to enjoy the outdoors as much as you do the indoors. Outdoor entertaining, to enjoy the views of the beautiful desert landscaping with its architectural forms, as well as the great mountain views that have a beautiful sunrise, as well as a beautiful sunset. So outdoors, I've created different areas to have outdoor living with beautiful, colorful, luxury furnishings. To take advantage of the lovely outdoor landscaping, I created vignettes of seating areas to be able to enjoy the outdoors. This area is a beautiful seating lounge to enjoy, to sit around and enjoy the beautiful fresh air, as well as enjoy the fireplace for warm, cozy evenings. I brought the indoor living out. We created a lovely seating area that's framed by these great twin palm trees that arc over it, and a beautiful color palette that reflects the same colors as the interior. We created a fun color palette with sun loungers to enjoy the sunshine. Enjoy the color palette of the blues as well as the corals with this fun umbrella with fringe to enjoy in the sun. hope you enjoyed touring this as much as I enjoyed designing it. I'm Michelle Boudreau of Michelle Boudreau Design, and this is The Reveal.